So hello everyone, welcome back to my project. This is a project which is focused on SQL. I'll be using like always I'll be using the Psycho PG2, which is a library that allows you to do your queries with Python. Allow you to query your database with Python. So that's it. So and the PGIME, you can also write your query here and go through them. But I'll be using this because I'll be posting this code on my GitHub, so you can get it and then make use of it. Okay, let's just import the library which we'll be using. Then our data params. We have to create a connection, and we also have to create a cursor. Now this cursor is used to is used for the querying of the database. How to create a cursor too. Then after that, we'll now have to run our queries. Now this is the first queries. This one I'm saying should retrieve all columns from the first 10 rows in what this now table. So it should retrieve all columns, but it should be the first 10 rows. So run that. Then let's execute. And let's execute it, which is the query one. Let's execute it. Yeah. And then we should print out the result. Which is this. So it's printing all columns from 1 to 10. Now let me show you this in pgadmin so you can understand it more better too. So we Control AV. Okay, let's run this. And we have this just 1 to 10, which is actually cool. That's how beautiful SQL is. Just give you data instantly. Okay, let me continue here. Okay, we'll now have to run other queries. I've done this. Now for the query 2, the cell should count all the numbers of record in healthcare facility data. So it should count the number of records. This is just a simple query 2. Just execute it again, print out the results. Okay, like now, okay, I forgot to explain this. This executes the query, and this fetch that query from the database. Now you can use fetch all, or fetch one, or fetch many. Then you now give the particular amount you want it to fetch. But I normally use fetch all and save it in a variable. So let's print it out. So as you can see, the count which means that we have 36,713 rows of data. So that's why I say should count the total number of records, or records of data, something like that. Okay, let's run the third query. So select unique states from healthcare facility. We should select the unique states there. We should be using the distinct. That's all used for SQL. So, and I didn't explain many of this SQL command. Okay, yeah, we're using the count. So this count is used to count the number of rows. Now it's not a must that you must use everything. You can just use a single column. Like, okay, I could use something like, let me check out one column I could use. I could use something like, let me say state. Okay, let me just change that to show you what I mean. Use state to do this. Okay, let me run that query again. So I still get the same thing. Now this is so because whether you use any column, all columns have the same rows. So either use all columns or use all of them, which is the asterisk, or use single one. Just make sure you use one column or use all of them to still give you the same result. So let's run the third query. Now when you're choosing unique items or unique records in a column, you use a distinct. This is it. Okay, let's run this. Fetch all, and this is it. So unique simply means that it's just these are the list of things that appeared in the column. These are the list of states. Okay, so find the average number of doctors in your data set. So that's where you use the IVG. Now these are what we call aggregation functions, like the sum, AVG, and others. Even the count is also an aggregation function. So we'll be using that. For the average number of doctors. We'll execute it and print out the results. Okay, this is the average number 0.6. Others. Okay. Yeah, saying identify facilities with operational hours greater than 12. Now, first of all, select the facility name. the operational hours from our table, which is this from our table. Sorry, Control C. From our table here. Then where we now give it a condition, say where operational hours is greater than what 12, which is this condition they say we should do it here. So we'll run that, execute it, and print out the result. So these are the what facilities that operates above 12 hours. So they're either 24 hours, yeah, they operate 24 hours. That is what it looks like here. Okay. So the query says list the top 5 facility names with the highest number of nurses. Now, these are the 5 facilities that has the highest number of nurses in their what facility. So that's what they say. That's what this question is actually saying we should do. So we have to write the query for that. Say, okay, select the facility names from the what table, then order by nurse in descending order. Now, what this means is that the highest number of nurse will be at the top. Now, if it's ascending order, ascending starts from, let me say, from the lower to the highest. Why descending start from the highest to the lowest? You see it? So that's why we use the order by and put it in descending order. But even though you removed this descending order, you will have like the default is ascending order. But adding this shows that it should be descending order. The default is ascending. So we'll now limit this to 5 results because they are telling us to get the top 5. That's why I limit it to 5. So we'll have to run this, execute it, then print out the result. These are the top 5 what facilities that have the highest number of nurses, like Alex Ekweme and others. So okay, we now have to calculate the total number of beds in each state. Now, okay, for us to do that, we have to select the states and the sum of the bed. This is an aggregation function again. The sum of the bed as we now. This as is an alias. Like alias is just like let me say in real world, let me say something like AKA. That is another name for like someone name is this AKA this, which is means that the AKA is another name you can call the person. So this is how the alias operates too. Instead of printing this as our result, we will now print this as number of beds. You understand? So instead of having the sum of this and the sum of beds on our results, we want to have the number of beds to appear as the what column name of our result. So this will happen here. Say from what the healthcare facility. Say group by. Now group by is used when you use aggregation function. You know, when you're trying to select a group of items based on an aggregated function. Now we'll be grouping by each state. I will not take the beds there in each state. That's why we use the group by and the aggregation. So whenever you're using aggregation function and another column, you should also use the group by to identify that you're grouping this based on this aggregation function. Okay, let's run that. And this is it. So each state, these are the beds, the higher number of beds in each state. Okay. We now have to find facilities where both doctors and pharmacists are present. So we have to select the facility name from healthcare facility data. So where doctors is greater than 0 and pharmacy is greater than 0. Now, what this condition is actually saying is that this and, when it comes to logical operation, and you're using and, when you're using and, it simply means that you want both conditions to be true, like this condition here and this condition true for this to execute. So if one of them is false, it's going to execute. So you want both of them to be true. That's why I say find a facility where both the doctor and nurse and the pharmacy are present. So far is greater than 0, it means that a pharmacy is present there. So far the doctor is greater than 0 too, it also means that a doctor is also there. So we have to run that. And then these are the list of facilities. That's one pharmacy and one doctor. Okay, over here the query is getting more complex, but it's still fun. You know, as SQL is fun. Like I always say, SQL is fun. Okay, yeah, I say she identify the facility with the highest total number of healthcare professionals. Now these professionals range from doctor, pharmacy, dentist, pharmacy technicians, and all those. So we have to select the facility name. I'm sorry, we have to select the facility name. Then we have to now add up the doctor, pharmacy, all these professionals. We have to add up them, all of them, as total healthcare professionals. Understand? So instead of doing it, so as you see, just this plus, this plus, this plus, this plus, all of them, because they are integers, so they're just numbers. So we're just adding. Okay, let me say we'll come for the first facility. We say there are 10 doctors. 10 doctors plus 2 pharmacists plus 3 dentists plus, then add all of them up as what total healthcare professionals from our table, which is the healthcare facility data. Then we should now order by this. We should order by this in descending order. So the highest will be at the top, as I've said before. As I say, identify the facility with the highest. We want the facility that has the highest. So we'll not limit it to 1, since we want the facility, just a single facility with the highest total number of that. Okay, we'll run that. Run this. Execute. And this is the facility Alex Ekweme Teaching Hospital. We have 3,000 plus healthcare professionals, which is actually good. Okay. Then this is find the top 5 states with the highest average number of doctors per facility. So I have to select the states. Then we now have to find the average doctors. So from this, so we'll group by state again. Then order by the average distance. The average doctors. So find the top 5. We'll get the top 5 again. States with the highest average. So now we are checking the highest average. So that's why we use the order by on average. So the descending order. So the one with the highest average will be at the top. You understand? So this descending order again, like I've said before. So run that, execute this. So FCT has the highest when it comes to average. Okay, so identify facility that has more pharmacies than the average number of pharmacists in their respective states. Okay. This is a more complex one now, because since you identify facility that has more pharmacy than the average number of pharmacy in each respective state, in their respective state, which is each state. So this, what we use there, is what we call the common table expression. Now this is used when you want to use the result of a particular query in another query. You understand? Now this is similar to subquery. When you use the difference is that in subquery you use when you use subquery is when the previous query will give you only a single value, which will be used in the next query. But once it's not a single value, you should use the common table expression. That's the big difference between the both of them. So once it's a single value, use subquery. But once the value is not single, it's a list of columns or rows, then you should use the common table expression, which has the with keyword. Then you give it a name. As you give the table a name, that's the name of the table. Then you now select the state, the average pharmacies. Okay, get the average pharmacies because they say you find the facilities that has more pharmacy than the average. So first of all, find the average pharmacy as average pharmacist, like using the alias from our table. Then you group by the state. Remember, it's in each state in their respective state. That is still the same as each state. Then this will now give us the average. This table here will give us the average pharmacies in each state. So we will now use this query now to check out this. We now use this query as another. We now use this query as an input to this query, where we now find the facility that has more pharmacy than this average, which we got here per state. Okay, we now use F. So select F. Facility name. F this. F that. Okay, from the table. F then. Okay, yeah, over here we're using join. So that's why I'm using this FF here over here. So come from healthcare facility. Then join. We're not trying to join this guy here. I want to join this and also join. Okay, we're joining the same table here. You understand? That's why we're using this F to differentiate them, to differentiate each columns. So that's why we use that here. Okay, we'll call this now. If you look over here, since we are joining the same table, this table here, you are joining this table, which is this is here. Is it? And this is second table again. Just remember, it's still a single table, but we're using the single table. That's why you now use F here to differentiate it. and here we use S. So this one uses S to differentiate each column which we're interested in, and this one use F for the second table. That's why you see F this, F that, and F that. So join it with this guy again. Then it's an on. Our join should be on the state, which is this F for the first table, and this one for the second. That's first and second, which is this second one is this. So we're joining it on this place. Now, how join works is that this is what we call the inner join. Sometimes you may just use join. You have to join two tables based on a particular word column. So we're joining them on the state column. So where the pharmacy. Now it should print out only where the pharmacy is greater than average pharmacies. So this is the average pharmacies here, which is this. So where the pharmacy in this column is greater than the average. So you should join only in that word particular area. So which is to give us only these ones. So let me run this. Screw that, and this is it. So this is the result of it. That was quite complex, but SQL is still fun. I love it. So okay, let's now go to this one. It's a calculated median number of nurses for each facility level, and order the result by the median. And order result by the median in descending order. Now we select the facility, the percentile. Now percentile counts 0.5. This is just used to calculate the median. Now this 0.5 signifies the middle value. Sorry, not the middle value. So 50%. Sorry, I made a mistake on that. It represents 50%. You know that 50 percentile is actually the median. So when you're dealing with descriptive statistics, so 50 percentile, that's what we did here. So within the group, within group, so group by the nurses as okay, this is just the percentile. So within the group of the nurses, because I'm trying to get the median number of nurses. So within the nurses too, as what's median. So from our table, so group by the facility levels, which is here. Remember, I'm dealing with group guys. We're dealing with not group. We're dealing with this median. So that's why we added that group by, and the order by what's the median again in descending order. So we're trying to calculate the median number of the nurses for each facility level, and order the results by the median in descending order, which is this. So run this. Okay, this is the result we have. It shows 0 throughout. Okay, so for this one, so now for this query, this is the query 13. So to find the facility with the highest number of healthcare professionals in each state. I think we have done something like this before. Okay, so now we'll also be using the the common table expressionism as always. So this is it. So this is the name of it, and as an alias. Okay, so select the facility name and the state. Then she will get the healthcare professionals as the total word healthcare professional. Okay, then we have the row number over the partition should be by state, order by doctor. This as NR. Now what this does is that if you watch over here, first of all select the the facility name, the state, then the healthcare professionals, which is all this. Just looks complex. Then we'll now have to remember they say you should find the facility with the highest number of healthcare professionals in each state. So what this row number does, because it looks a little bit intimidating, but it's not. What this row number does is that I just call this row number like the senior brother of group by. I just use that phrase just to give you make you to understand it more easier. When you're grouping by, like, let me just put it this way. You're having, let me say, different states. You're then grouping them by a particular aggregation function. Then those groups will now want to have another group, or maybe say rank between those groups. Okay, let me say I'm having 10 items. I group them into the aggregation function of, let me say, into 2, like sum of 2, so which is me. I have now 5 groups. Understand? I'm just using a little logical. I now have 5 groups. Then within that 5 groups, within that two groups, I now want to rank those 2 guys. Let me say there are 10 people. Then I group them into 2, which is now I will use the group by. They now have to use now row number to now group them again or rank them in those group. Now you now come to the first group 1 and 2 and may say, okay, Mr. A, you should be the first person, then Mr. B should be the second person, or let's say Mrs. A, first person, then Mr. B, second person. So just like grouping in another group. I don't know how to do that. That's just the senior brother of that. So that's why if you watch here, we group by, okay, so the row number over partition by state, then we're now grouping by state, and they should order by the what? This in descending order. The reason for ordering by that is I want to get the highest number of healthcare professional in each state. We're grouping by the states and we're ordering by what? That. So as rank, so from our what? As rank RN. So from our table, so now we have to use this common table expression, which is this. Looks long. In our what? New query now. We have to now select the facility name, the state, the total healthcare professional, which is this, from this our table, which we got here. Now, where the rank is 1. Now, where the rank is 1, you find it is a single facility. We are finding for a single facility in each state. Understand? So the result we get here in this what? In this is just states, different states which are grouped by. Understand? The same states which are grouped by the healthcare professionals. They will now check in those groups. Will now check which of the item there has the highest. So that's the result we'll be getting here, which will now return back to this query. Understand? This way we'll now check which one is the highest. So I've already do the groupings. I will now come to those groups and give them different rank. Understand? Different rank. Okay, so this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, based on their what? Number of the healthcare professionals, as you can see here. So that's what we did here. So let me run that. Look, that looks a little bit complex, but it doesn't. It's just complex at the first time. So these are the what. But with time, you can also grasp that. So this is the last. I think this may be the last query. Okay, it is actually the last one. Okay. If I say should rank again, like I think we'll also be using that row number again, because when you're dealing with rank most of the time, you'll be using this. So you should rank the facility within each state based on the density of healthcare professionals. What we mean by density of healthcare professionals? We mean by their number of professionals per bed, like each professional per bed. Like how many professionals do we have per bed? And select the top 3 facilities in each state. Now we also use our common table expression again. We have to select the facility name, the state, then the professionals again, which are these guys. Under this as that, then we have to select beds because also we're dealing with that. Then we'll have to assign ranks, or let me say numbers to those rows. First of all, separate them to states. Then we'll now order them by this. Okay, before ordering them, we have to case where bed is not equals to what? 0. And the reason for this is that in my data set, or so to say now, in my table, my database, some facility has 0 number of bed, so which is a problem. So that's why I give this case here, or this condition here. So work is this, then you should do this. Then okay, I've already explained this, so let's forget about it now. And that's so we now order by the healthcare professionals again, divided by the bed, and then end this case and then put it in descending order, then as rank within states from this. So what this actually does is that it groups by state first of all. Then in each state, it gives them a rank. In each state, it gives the facilities a rank based on the healthcare professionals divided by the beds, and it rank them in descending order in each state. So you see that the importance of this is just for most of the time ranking. So from this, then we now use that. Say you get the facility name, the state, which is what we have here. So that's why we're repeating them, so that when we are now querying the second time, we're actually getting our information from this common table expression, not more from our table. So So just like, let me just say this like just like a mini table. Yeah, let me just put a mini table. So now select from that mini table the facility name, the state, which is what we have here, facility name and state. Then we have the healthcare professionals. We don't have to write all this, because since we have done that before, we just get that. Okay, so from the facility, ranked facilities, which is this, or the mini table, what we will get to or one from. Then we now have to give our condition. So where rank within state, which is this. You know that all this, all this, we give you the alias of rank within state. So whenever this rank within state, sorry, all this is where it starts from. All this. Understand? So everything within that is rank within state. So when that is less than or equals to 3, and when the total number of professionals is greater than 0, it should also give us our results. Now this condition was here. Select the top 3 what facility in each state. So first of all, they should be what? The professionals should be less than what? Less than or equals to 3. And also it should be what? Also have the healthcare professional should be what? Also greater than 0, because sometimes it may also be what? 0. So we just added this condition just in case. So if we run that, execute it, and give us the rank. So this is it. So thank you all. Okay, lastly, we also have to close our connection and our cursor for security purposes. So we're done. So as you can see, we're done with all the whole queries, just 14 queries. So this is the end of the video. So thank you all and goodbye.